peeping the catalog, doing all along. They always bumping the wacky songs. Talking a plan with the future at hand. Be the last to stand after the band disbands. Enough to piss barley. Cracker told him chill before you end up like Chris Farley. Enough to piss barley. Cracker told him chill before you end up like Chris Farley. People came from miles around to hear Vic Rocket. He learned a few new styles since a 2-year-old pickpocket. Cut owl, sad house sickening. Now get retarded like mad cow kicking in. Yick, Chris wasn't tricking. And what's in the stew if the flu is in the chicken? We all got our vices. Some got the ball to call the shots off the dices. And that's Vic, bring slaughter to your section. RSMC get an order of protection. His name rings bells, said Jake, he sings well, even with this king hell headache. Hit him with an anvil to trigger a scandal, if not just to get free press off the nigga channel. He only plays for high prices and raises his hourly rate based on how nice he is. There's a lot of unready raps with lame ass guys out of nowhere, corny asses. I never heard of you cats. Guys like you mess up a lot of tracks. Ask your neighborhood about me while you rapping, act tough and crispy. Giving it on your jacket, leave you pissy. Start out to get your autograph or missing. Don't forget your best line, spit 3 verses in the cup and get busy. A whack ass coming this way must be cross-eyed and dizzy. You don't listen enough, see me pissing enough. Leave your yellow spots around your bed area, defecate around your head area. Besides when I meet that ass, they treat that ass. The brain and what? Defecate in your apartment on Bucks area.
Don't worry, I watched out.
What do you know about it?
You ran around, good times, girls. You were special. Big cars and fancy suits and haberdashery.
Why didn't you stay home and mind your own business? Don't you see what he did, you fool? You brought him straight to me.
So, all of now and the immediate on the ground stuff that you're seeing is old rehashed information being acted out, but not quite in the direction of what people described it as. So now they're having to adjust their lenses or just completely drop out and not say nothing else, which leaves it to other people who they've guided over the years to pick up the torch and now try to interpret what today is. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's what's supposed to be happening. It's not like there's some bad, nefarious thing somebody's plotting behind. No, that's what's supposed to be happening. The bad, nefarious thing that someone's plotting that you may say or whatever is all a part of it. Now, it's not like someone has predestined and played a part in creating this and making sure that this happens at this time, this lands up with this, that, and other. No, you're going through a transformative state. This is what that transformative state looks like when you're dealing with this part of yourself. Except enough of you within the colony, in the beehive, have done the necessary work and transmitted the data back to us, who are just regular working bees, right? Enough of us who are worker bees in the colony may not receive the information on that level. Therefore, they continue on maintaining the physical. They're not to be looked upon as anything other than you, basically. So it's a simple way of saying that this is all there is. It's just me. You know, I have a job, I have kids, I have a husband, I have a wife, or you could be single, you could be anything. But the point is that it's just only you. And okay, so what about everybody else walking around? Of course. But it's not like it's you lonely, selfish, or anything like that. No, it's just you within that scope of everything that's going on. It's just you. So now from that point, it's not like you're alone and these people are meaningless around you and this, that, and the other. No, you realize, no, it's just me. Not in a selfish way, like, well, now I got to just only go for me. No, you realize it's just me. So now when you do that, you begin to see, oh, this is how I begin to not fix me, but free myself from all the things that I thought I need to be fixed. Instead of fixing them, it's not about which is the better and this, that, no, 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 no. This is what you're supposed to. You're supposed to understand it and let it go. Now, but I don't understand it. Okay, well, do you really have time for that right now? Just let it go. Why? Because you're not in a time where whether you understand it or not, it's coming online where you're gonna understand it anyway. But you're still holding on to it now, and you making it hard for the new stuff to come in. So you can see why, whether you understood it or not, this is what it was all about anyway. So you mean that we blah, 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 blah. No, that's not what I'm saying. Because a lot of people saying we should have been fooled the whole time. No. You had enough of that. And the reason why you had enough of that, because this is what reality is. It has nothing to do with the scope in which you've learned about it. This is what it is. Why? Because it's your mind. And guess what? When the last time you really had time to deal with it? You like to think you are this type of person, but that's not who you are. Really? You think that's who you are. And you'll defend that. You'll start talking about, well, my mother named me. Okay, good. And guess what? That's who she thought she was, so she gave you a name. How about that? And that's the only real information, because that's the all the information. It's just you get to this level here and you begin to realize that, and you be like, oh, okay. It has nothing to do with inspiration, classism, and all this other stuff that you've been using here where you at now, for those who are on this, in this place, on this level, and you stuck here. Because a lot of people get stuck here. A lot of people choose to stop here out of ignorance. And they're not bad people. It's just that they believe that the level above this place right here, which is figuring out that everything goes into black. Now, all those people who still saying within this scope where I'm talking about now, that it doesn't matter about the skin color and this, that, and other, like, come on, man. If you still going on that, like, and you complaining about anything, like, you just need to, like, why you wasting energy? Like, seriously. And that's the real deal. Why are you wasting energy? If you of that, it's not about skin color and we need to this, that, and the other. I hear you on this, but we need to, like, come on, man. Like, you like being stupid? Then that's not an insult. I'm asking you, are you aware of your diagnosis? That's called stupid in the medical dictionary. When you really start studying what this thing is and how they wrote down in books about people, like you would call stupid. Like, if you understood what a Muppet really meant and how they really use the term Muppet, other than, oh, I already know it's a derogatory term over there in London or England or Britain or one of them. No, they use Muppet as a scientific term to describe something that is very demeaning. But these are people, right, that the black man and the black woman, because we got to speak in terms you're familiar with, because Lord forbid if I say the black woman and the black man. But then again, you got to say it properly, because through the black woman, the black man was able to produce. So we created the white race. No debating that. You can say there's papers and speculation. No, there's no papers nor speculation. What they don't want you to know is that's what we did. And they don't want you to know why we did it. Other than just, well, we knew we were going to fall asleep and get in this position and that. No. You brought them here for higher things. Now, with that, you also remember that, hey, listen, this is crazy. Because even though this isn't real, you made it real for them. To the point where I got to have, and other people before me, other greats before me, let's say it the proper way. And we're not doing this on no super fandom type of thing. We're talking about greats who uncovered information that would free us from mundane reality, where you're stuck in the cyclical cycles of, well, if I just keep my head down, oh, I wasn't good enough in school. Like, oh, we talking about like everything that humanity goes through. Every human being on earth, whether you in China, Malaysia, uh, Istanbul, Morocco, Spain, Italy, Africa, well, every country in Africa, should I say, and all the conjoining countries, and all the countries on the continent of what they call the Americas, or what you know as the United States. Now, if you want to dispute what is this, that, and the other, then you will have to consort the Moors on that. That's that particular branch of the human family who has spatial, land, and water navigations. And if you get one that's honest, they can tell you who was where and when the archives. So most of your oracles on the female side of things, and we talking about in the flesh when we talking about genitals now, not masculine and feminine principle, but we talking about in the physical with genitals involved. Most of your oracles in the West are Moorish women, and in the East are Moorish women. Now you got some of the old guard that's still there in the East, but a lot of them were Moorish women. Why? Because they had to go over there and hold it down because a lot of them came over here. And we talking about the ones in the East. They came over here so that this can come up because it's prophesied to come through us, Black Americans as they call us, or African American or whatever you want to, you know, it's prophesied to come through us as to being the redemption. That's why they always say the world copies us. And if you hear people say, well, I always heard the world's, they say the world waiting on the black people in America to stand up and for them to, well, it's all true. Now they gave you that to make it seem like some far-fetched thing, and then they put the scunion on you, the present day situation that you find yourself in right now. And the reason why they did that is because this place, they know it operates on duality. So within that scope, in your mind, right now, they have you operating on that principle. You can talk about how they use colors in the videos and the movies and how they use demonic symmetry and signs and symbols, but it all alludes back to the ancient, what they call black world. And now anyone can use this energy, by the way. See, here's the thing you don't understand. If you trace it back to the old black world, how were they able to use it now? Simple, because you're in a place where anybody can plug in their phone and get energy to charge it. How about that? So they can use that same stuff that we used to use. Why? It's because now the spirits have lost their way. You heard Bobby Hemmett and them talk about that in the early days of occult information being broadcasted live to you via the internet. Bobby Hemmett was apprehensive about going on the internet. I don't know if you ever want to talk to anybody on, and I'm not trying to make it seem like he's unapproachable, this, that, and other. I'm just saying, I don't know, but I don't know what it was that made him apprehensive about it. Well, whatever. Watch the old videos and get the story. And if you watch it and get all the old videos, you'll make the connection. It ain't no big secret like, oh, I need to know, we need to chase this down. Ain't nothing more important than your illumination. But I'm saying, if you want to get to know what that is, just watch the old video. You'll see. Because he explains why. But it's not really that important. But it is important because then you need to know, because in everything that we do as occultists, there's something there, and it's not like we're intentionally installing it within every day. It just happens to be that way. Like, if you hear me, it sounds like everything I'm doing seems to rhyme. Not because I do music or anything. That's just what it is. Because I'm on the beat. I'm on the frequency. Now I can choose to do this with it, that with it, that with it, that with it, that with it, or come back and do whatever with it. You know what I mean? But I'm on the beat. So you'd be like, oh, so pimps, yeah, because they're on the beat, but they're doing that. And you thinking there's something wrong because you're in the physical and you like, but you haven't learned enough information to understand that that's a damaged person doing that. Not that it's right or wrong. We talking about a person who's damaged in the same position you in, and you have not too much real information about it. So if you were created down here within the scope of this place, and you just was created within this realm straight with the baby brain, we talking about when this cycle was like on and popping like it was, not like in this weakened state where it is now, which it don't even really exist now. Really what it is just us holding this place up because, we want to fight for food stamps. Keeping it real. The only reason why the earth exists is because all around the world, we feel we're being untreated. We feel we're being treated unfair in a place that knows that we should have been gone from here. That this shouldn't even be. Listen, and when I say that, I'm not saying like, oh, nature knows that this is a hoax, that this is not real, no, I'm saying that there are a lot of us waking up. And when I say nature knows that this is it, all I'm talking about is us, the awakening of us. We are nature. We don't exist. Nature don't exist. Now, tell me, who came first, us or nature? Who defined who? Did we define nature or did nature define us? Now, you tell me. Answer that question. It ain't about trying to disprove nobody's this or go against that. You ain't gonna listen. You're not going to hell. And it ain't no such thing as, oh, I wouldn't do that to you. You ain't got to worry about all of that. Because there's a part of you, even if it ain't what you know what I mean? It's gonna let you know, nah, you know what? Nah, it ain't that, but this ain't for you. And that's the protect saying, like, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to be over here on it. Sounds intriguing, but because that's what it is. This information does that. But in reality, what I'm telling you is this. This whole string of events you tie in as to being something that is accounted for when it's all your mind. All your mind. Now, what you got to think about that? Now, we talking about those who are doing the occult science, not people who are looking for the next thing to amp them up. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with those types of people or anything like that. I'm just saying, don't be inspired to be disappointed later because then you'll start blaming this information and that will make it harder for you to say, no, if I got inspired by that and I ain't never felt that way off of anything else I heard, let me remember some of the, you know. And it's not about a bunch of stuff trying to, no, what I'm trying to get you to say is like, look, check it out. Like, are you really in the middle of the ocean fighting over which raft you think is the best one that'll sustain you throughout the thing? No. You seeing what works and what's going to get you closer and closer and closer to dry land. So stop being a jerk, okay? That's the first thing. Got to stop being a jerk. And I'm not talking about like, oh, manners, please, thank you, and all this other weak human stuff. When I'm talking about a jerk, I'm talking about to yourself. Thinking that you waiting on the part that's gonna make you look good. That's your job. You boost yourself up and you so proud and ain't nobody like you. You do what you do. And people gotta know it too. They have to know that about you. If they don't know it, guess what? They don't know you, understand you, like you. They only use you. You a benefit. That's it. Don't nobody want to. You all alone. Everything is no, 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 no. You wake up out your sleep talking about it wasn't on. I don't know nothing about it. Why? It's because you feel so just like you hate looking in the mirror sometimes. And that's okay. Who likes looking in the mirror at the person that they are? Don't start talking about them people who you be this, that, and they do it every day, and this, that, and the other. What you see, this what y'all listen, these people talking all this stuff about Trump, right? But he gotta wake up being Trump every day. Imagine on the inside, let me guess, he don't feel you don't know nothing about what that man thinking about and feeling on the inside. I'm not trying to this ain't no sympathy for Trump type of thing. I'm just trying to get you to understand something. On a scientifical, like what counts in the real world type of level. Again, this ain't no cry out for people need to believe in him and get behind him. I'm just trying to get you to see when you dehumanize him, you might as well dehumanize yourself because he represents the ultimate of who you are. That's the ultimate archetype of who you are presented in front of you. The reason why you hate Trump because deep down inside, Trump agrees with who you are. Don't matter what color you are. It's just that certain people, right? And we ain't trying to pick on nobody and say, oh, it's a white thing, it's a black thing, it's a covert black white thing. I'm talking about certain people. You know how them certain people is? They everywhere. You just got different levels and different names for them. And then the ones who feel like they're in the hierarchy of it, look at them certain people, like, look at this idiot. But yeah, you go ahead. Now the ones who just blind fools, who say, oh, he just dark and nasty, you know, they soon realize. But the ones who like, look at this idiot, he don't even know. This motherfucker, the alchemical principle we trying to achieve, and he over here kissing our ass, trying to obtain physical wealth. But you know what? It's all good. Why? It's because even though that this is the last go round, all of humanity, existing and everything will have to deal with circumstances like this, and at least including all the way up to you now hearing me talking about this right here on this live stream. It's still what it always has and always will be. So even if I was lying, and y'all be like, man, we've been down here 100 billion, skillion, a zillion lifetimes. I'm starting like, dude, and you seen me still coming down here? Number one, if you see me any lifetime beyond this one, I'm just being real with you. Or if you come back to anybody beyond me in this lifetime, or any lifetime, and you'll be able to know, because once you leave, you privy to all the information within this time frame right here. Because this, like, what is information to what? Like, what is this place? Other than something that's played out in your mind. So, the pyramids and all of that, You love hanging on to that shit. We the ones who built it. They don't know how we did it, bro. And you don't know how we did it. But it's not to put you down or talk negative about you. I'm just saying, once you figure that out, now, how does that help you personally? Not like, oh, we've been saying that for years, big homie. Nah, nigga, you've been messing up saying that for years. You supposed to know that. But going around like, yeah, I know that around a bunch of people, you know what I'm saying? Who be on the same, like, see, and you talking about you, but it's cool. Why? Simple. It's because that's what's supposed to happen. How do you think we learn? But everybody wants everybody to be shut in, hush, hush, don't do this, that. No, if don't nobody slap you, you won't learn how to fight. Such is life. Sorry you're on earth. Something called duality. You know how many times you comfortably ate from a restaurant where people delivered your food to you? You know how many times you comfortably ate? You had a pizza or something delivered to your house. Okay, let's talk to the people before DoorDash. And you called to a pizza joint and they delivered your food, right? You know how many times you comfortably, and you probably gave the pizza delivery guy a tip. I ain't saying they was doing nothing to your food or trying to make some type of conspiracy. I'm just saying, now you get what I'm talking about. But once you get to know what all this means by getting to know who you are, because it's all you in your mind. It's just we all experiencing it. So that's why I say once you know who you are, then you know what it means. Not, oh, we all need to know what this is. No, the hell we don't. Ain't no we all nothing. There you go. That's just like if your mama said, why you ain't clean your room up? We all need to clean our room up. Come on, nigga. Like, no, you need to clean your room up, nigga. She yelling at you now. Suddenly, we all got to clean our room up now. Like, come on, man, quit playing. It's you need to clean your room up, and when you clean your room up, they'll begin to clean their room up. Till then, nigga, clean your room up. Even if they never clean their room up, as long as your room cleaned up. Cause guess what? They still reap the benefits from you anyway. Why? Because every time they get into a situation, they're gonna think back to how you was this type of person. And they use your resourcefulness wherever they go. That's just on the human mundane level. But you see the bigger picture on what I'm telling you. So, if you didn't see it, it's simply about you doing the inner work. You know what they were saying in the early days of the woke movement, shadow work. Y'all forgot about that, didn't y'all? Shadow work. You got to do shadow work. See, they ain't tell you why you had to heal the relationship with your mom and pops. But but Bobby and Brother Panic and them, they put y'all on it. I put y'all on it. I wasn't on videos doing it though. When I was doing it. Well, I was somewhat. I was on Tag Live doing it a bit. You know what I mean? But for the most part, like, cause I ain't have like access to like how I'm doing the YouTube now. You know what I mean? It's just that like it wasn't time for me to be doing it like this. Really what it was. Because we was more on the cosmic class and doing it the way on the tag live. And the reason why I was on the tag live, because it's the energy, to bring the energy into this area. You know. So to round this up, like there is no, like, if you any other way you being a sucker, you know. But don't look at that like, oh, it's the end of the world, I'm a sucker. How many other times was you a sucker? Now this one the worst one in the world. Suddenly you finna suddenly this the one that, oh, I'm falling off a bridge, I'm gonna die. Come on, man. Stop being a drummer queen or a king and just do what you need to do next. It's not about being afraid to fail. What the heck is failure? So if you building a house of cards, right, and they keep falling down, do you keep failing over and over and over again until you build it, or you just keep finding different ways to stack those cards till you build a suitable card house, even if nobody recognizes it as being a card house other than you? You build it till you got enough of those cards stacked up satisfactory till you build a card house. Even if nobody see it but you. Like, now, I know that's a card house. That's what I built. I set out to build, and that's what it ended up being. They might not see it like you, but does it make it not a card house? Suddenly, because they come around, oh, now they say it ain't one now. They change your mind for you. So this point, what you in now, it's the same like I told y'all before. Like, come on, man. Listen, are they talking about FEMA coffins now? Are they talking about concentration camps? No, because they've already been using FEMA coffins and concentration camps for eons. It's called the prison system. And everybody's a victim of it. But you know who's the battery pack? Black people. Because at the end of the day, all of this comes from our imagination. Has nothing to do with racism. If you ever thought that, then you're a victim the same as everybody else. It's not about racism. It can't be about racism. I just told y'all we created white people. And I'm not saying that in no disrespectful way, and none of that. I'm just telling you what time it is. They have the information, the ones who we call the higher ups, the Illuminati and this, that, and all of these other people. You know what I mean? All these information uh, organizations and things of that nature, and people in these high levels that y'all give so much attention and esteem, and you say this, they know what time it is when it comes down to us. And it's not a us versus them. So now that you thoroughly understand what this really is about, and it's not about, see, the black people were the original people and they need to have equal rights in this country. No, then that means we got to still be physical, and there's a slight chance that this cycle could get regenerated and get going, and we can believe and actually stand stupid enough to actually want to keep going at this thing, and it'll keep going up and down. Luckily, this has ran out. It's foolproof. We can't do this again. Now you get what I'm saying? Because as long as we were here in this position, in this place where we're at now, where people saying we're in the last days, in this place where you can say I'm crazy and this, that, and the other now, in the beginning, the cycle was strong enough to keep us here where we can even have discussions about something called reincarnation and the different levels of reincarnation and the information on it and what does the Bible say about it and this, that, and the other. See, the Bible wants you to believe once you die, you dead. But you going to hell if you ain't do what he said. And that's how they basically made the Bible a tool of fear. Here's God, but you got to be trembling in your boots. Why? Because he put you in the world full of so much temptation and just like, why would he do this? I thought there are people who say I thought kids were a blessing. You understand that? I thought kids were a blessing. Yeah, you thought waking up was a blessing too. Aha. That's because you've been tricked like all the rest of us. I wasn't doing that to make fun of nobody, to put nobody down, or laugh at nobody's situation. I'm just saying, welcome to the club. Sit down. Take a line. Take a number. We all in here. We thought kids was a blessing, just like you thought waking up is blessed to be alive. To do what? Keep struggling? When the last time your prayers really got answered? I'm talking about that you know exactly this is how you wanted it. You know, it don't get answered how you wanted it. It gets something to keep you hanging on. Why? Because you don't know the difference between your higher and your lower self. You think you learning, and it's nothing to do with faulty information or none of that, or higher teachers and lower teachers. This that nothing to do with none of that at all. The difference is you trust people to instruct you on what to do next. If listen, you will let people tell you how many times a day you're supposed to be using the bathroom. And then if you ask them where they get this information from, well, the ancestors they ate like this, so they get it. No, 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 no. If you're gonna talk about the ancestors and they ate like this, da 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 da, da, and then did they have these kinds of problems? No, because they ate like so they were in the supernatural state. Okay, well then describe what that's like. So why are you telling me about a diet plan now? All because we're not in a supernatural state. How do you get there other than eating? Because you got to trust somebody to not be giving you GMO food, and you don't really know that. You think because you go into Whole Foods, you getting something that look they're making you pay for an ideal. Now I'm not telling you that you're not getting good quality. I'm not telling you don't go to Whole Foods. Just go back to the no. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying once you know you can. Let's say you can't go to Whole Foods. Let's say, let's say right now you just heard what I said, right? And then you take it upon yourself to take it further, and you do what you do with the information, no matter what it is. Within that scope, if all you can get to is not even Pete's, right? But just a regular store, but they still got produce and they still got fruits and vegetables in there. You can go in there right now, and as you picking the one, even if you listen, even if you do not want it, just your presence being there cleanses them without you having to say nothing to do nothing. You just walking in because if you want it clean and this, that, and the other for you, everybody else gets the same benefit. And all you had to do is show up there. So it's, oh, I didn't want nothing. I just wanted to go and cleanse the vegetables. You know, that's a person who's just like what we call like it's just like the type of psychosis you just be like, I pray no one ever really has to physically, you know what I mean? So I don't really like using metaphors and stuff like that, but you know, what I said beforehand, it's the real deal. And they suppress you from that. So because they, you know what I'm saying, if you're doing that in the neighborhood, and then because now look, we're starting to grow stuff in our neighborhoods like we used to. And now it's become a more wider share community garden type of thing. Because they knew we was doing it and that was the whole act of okay, Monsanto has to buy up the seeds because black people are starting to do shared community gardens within the neighborhood, and it's catching on around the world. And that's starting to organize people in the chaos. So they had to buy up the seeds. So now you can't have real seeds that grow stuff. You have to have the seeds that grow one time and then buy them the next season. You know what I mean? Because they want you to start working with this new artificial dirt that they've already put out. And most people, look, you probably ain't seen, listen, we ain't probably ain't had real food on this planet in like 2, 3 generations. Maybe. Because the generations, well, it may be even more than that. Because the generations come so fast now. Because it's speeding up because we're leaving this place. It's falling apart because what you call the great mind or whatever you want to do, it's all leaving. We're leaving here. So, bye, because I got other stuff to do, you know.